Okay, so I have set up so many things in my system here. So this is on the network. These three drives are not local inside my computer. It is sitting somewhere on the network. So if you have worked at your work, you would have like a local drive, your local C drive. This would be your local C drive. This is another drive within your computer, and this is like a USB. But you would have like other drives that would be on the network, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and set that up. Can one of you confirm you could hear me?
Yeah, Zafar, we hear you.
Okay, great. So what you need to do is uh, Control C. Okay, so what we have here is just one drive, SDA1, right? So for this, what we need is we need two drives. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add one more drive to this system here, okay? So it's running here. Let me go in here, go into storage. Oh, it already has so many drives here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one. Cat proc partitions. So I'm going to use one partition here. Remember, this is from the last time we worked on. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use SDB1. Okay. So let's do mount. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to go to the root folder, and then I'm going to do ls-l, and they are root folders. So I'm going to make a directory. I'm going to make a directory called Samba. Okay. SAMBA. Let's do ls. And this is where we created a directory here, Samba. Where you go? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount SDB1 to Samba. Mount / dev / SDB1 Samba. It says you must specify the file system. Okay. I think SDB1 doesn't exist, so we're going to use SDB3. SDB. Eh, I think last time what we did was on SDB, we made multiple partitions. So let me go take a look here. So we have SDB, SDBC, SDE. Let's go ahead and make a brand new one, okay? So we'll go fdisk /dev /SDE. Okay, and then I'm going to go print, and there is nothing on it. So I'm going to go M, and then I'm going to create a partition. That would be to create a partition.
N
I'm sorry.
N.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mentioned N, Zafar.
Okay, yeah. Add a new partition N, hit enter, and then it's going to be primary P enter, and then hit enter here. Oh, enter. It's going to take default. It's going to take default, and then we're going to go print. So the size of the drive is um, 1
8 gig.
8 GB. Yeah. So we're going to do W and hit enter. And then what we're going to do is mk2fs.ext4, and then we're going to write it dev sde1. Okay, it's not working.
يا دكتور Zafar, you have to put mkfs.ext4 without 2.
Okay, very good. That means you are really into this. So what I'm going to do is mount /dev/sdb1 to /samba.
That's the E1.
Yeah, E1. Very good. So df-h, it is mounted now. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is what are the files we're going to be working with? We're going to be working with etc. It's in the folder etc init smb, and then the file, another file which is sitting in etc init nmb, and this is the directory that we're going to be going in a lot. And then ports, you heard about the ports, right? So I will explain what port is later on, but it's going to be working port 87, 138, and 139. And this is the software we have to download it. And these are the services that need to be worked on. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this command here and then execute it, and then space -y, or I'll show you what -y does. Okay, and let me hit enter. So what it's doing here is going on to the internet and downloading the package. It needs some kind of software here. So when you type -y, you know how it stopped here and then it's asking you to confirm yes or no, it will automatically do it for you. Okay. So when you have typed -y, you don't have to wait for y to wait, because if you are running on a couple hundred computers, you want it to run automatically. So this is what it's doing here. Okay. Okay, so we already did that. So next step is start HTTP D restart. So let's go ahead and do this here. Before you do restart, what you could do is you could do check the status. Okay, it says unknown job HTTPD. So what you have to do, that means is you have to install, or we'll just do restart and see what happens. Okay. So it says unknown job. So what you have to do is yum install httpd and -y and hit enter. So this time around it went there and it says package already installed here. So let's try that again. So if it doesn't work, then what we're doing is we're using the wrong command. The correct command is service httpd then restart. So I have to fix this. What I typed here is wrong. So what we're gonna do is before we restart, we're gonna check status. Okay, it says stopped. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna restart. Okay, now it went through something here. That means probably the service started, but you could check it. You could check it here. Service HTTPD start status. So what it's doing here is the service is running, and the PID stands for process ID, and that's the number, and is running. That's the status. Okay, we are good so far. So we already shared a Win Samba. In here, we have it as a Win share Samba here to make it work as as we are working with the documents. Let me go ahead and do that here. mkdir/win hyphen samba hyphen share. Okay, so what I'm going to do is df-h. I'm not using this, so I'm going to go ahead and unmount this. Okay, you mount df-h. So what I'm going to do is mount /dev/sde1, and then I'm going to mount it to this share here. Okay, so if you do df-h, it's mounted to Win Samba share. The reason I did it is to be consistent with the document here, one we have here. So next command you have to use is set enforce 0. Set enforce 0 is get enforce. Okay, what it's doing here is enforcing is there is a security feature that is built in. It is blocking some ports. So right now it's enforcing. That means it's forcing itself to block those ports on the system here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off. So the command to turn it off is set enforce 0 and hit enter. Let's go ahead and get the enforcing. Now when we get the command to see if it's enforcing or not, it is actually permissive. So what's happening is whatever port it was blocking, it was probably blocking these ports here. Ports are nothing but a door to your home. You know how you have doors and windows to your home? This is exactly what it is. So a system has 65,000 ports on your computer, on your operating system. So these are like only few. Most of them are blocked. If a service is running on a specific port, you have to turn it on. So the Samba service is using these 3 ports here. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Now what we have to do is we have to set the permissions for this folder to 777. That means all open access. So let's do chmod chmod 777 win samba share and hit enter. So when you do ls-l win samba, so the permissions for this is, oh no, not that. Okay, so the permissions for the win samba share is folder is everything. Anybody could go in and go out here. Normally you don't do this for demonstration process. I'm doing it here. Everybody, a user, group, and other could read and write this Samba share. Okay, so let me clear this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a user and the password. Okay, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a user. So to create a user, what you do is you just type a command. I have not covered this here because it's a different topic, but for now, don't worry about this. I'm just creating one user, a user add, and then the name of the user is user1, or you could say Bashar2, Bashar1. That's the name of a user, and you hit enter. Okay, and then what you're gonna do is you set the password, PASSWD Bashar1. I'm gonna set the password red hat. Okay, so I set the password for user Bashar here. Now there is something called, I have to set the password for Smb password. So this is a user login password, and there is going to be another password for Smb. So to do that, all you have to do is type Smb password, PASSWD, that's a command, -a, and then you have to give the username. Instead of username, we're going to use Bashar1. Okay, and all you have to do is hit enter, and then give the password red hat. Okay, added user Bashar1. Okay, so far so good. So what we're gonna do is it says here number 9 pd edit -l. It says it lists and confirms the Samba user existence. So we're gonna make sure that Bashar1 is also a member of Samba1, and it does confirms that Bashar1 is there and he's a part of group 500. So it took group 500 automatically, but don't worry about it now. So next thing we have to do is we have to go into this folder, and then we have to configure this file. How are we going to do that? We're going to go to that folder, cd/etc. Can somebody tell me, if we are editing directly from wherever we are and we are using this path, what path is this? Is this an absolute path or relative path?
Related. There is no root.
Huh?
It's related.
No, this is an absolute path. If I'm going to type /etc, if I'm going to do without going in there, /etc/samba/smb, that means I'm already sitting here, but without going into this folder. From here, I'm running that command directly there. So it is not a relative path. This is an absolute path because
But
it's
where is
running from slash.
but where is the root, Zafar? There is no root here.
Slash is a root.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you need a refresher here. Let me go back here. Course notes, and open a new tab, and it should be way up here, I think.
Yeah, I think you pass it.
Hmm?
I think you pass it. You just yeah, go up.
Go up. So if it's not here, then it's in the commands. Okay, there you go. Absolute path starts from all the way here. You don't have to be root. I mean, this is just the user here. If there is nothing, is just before that is just starting from the slash. It don't have to be root, but this is where it's starting from, etc folder. So what is before etc folder? Slash. Okay, so what we could do is we could go to cd etc. Okay, and then what is the cd etc? Samba. Okay, we go in here. Now when we do it pwd, then if there is a folder here, okay, these two are, so if we go back and we do ls-l, there are many here. So being in this directory, and if you want to go into the Samba directory directly, what you could do, I mean, if you do like cd space Samba, this is the relative path. Okay, you go using a relative path to go in there. But if you're using slash etc slash Samba, that means you're going all the way from root all the way up to chain of the directories, and that's how you're going into there. Okay.
Okay, I have a question here, Zafar.
Okay.
Uh, could you go to again to the screen where you wrote the absolute right on the left side?
Okay.
Okay, see down, you mentioned relative path start from present directory.
Yeah.
What if this one, like you mentioned, slash directory 3 slash directory 4 will be absolute path, we call
No,
it?
this is a relative path.
If it will start from slash
Okay.
directory
So
3.
if you are in this directory here, right?
Yeah,
If you are in root, if you are not in root directory, but you are sitting in this directory too, right?
yes.
So you have to go to directory 4. What you could do is you could just type cd directory 3 directory 4. Then you're going from here, from this directory, you're going directly to 2 and 3. But if you type all the way here cd, even if you're being in this directory, you could still type cd slash root slash directory 2 slash, and then if you type all the way till here, then you go into this directory again. I think I have to demonstrate this, but I will demonstrate it once I'm done with Samba. Okay, so it's really important. I'm telling you, every day, 45 minutes, you come here and start from top. Every day, you have to do it. Every day. You do first day, you would do it in 10 minutes. Second day, you would do it in 5 minutes. Third day, you'll be doing it all the way from top to bottom. In, every day, you will be reducing your time. How much is going to take from top to bottom to come down here? How many pages is this? These are 14 pages here. So this is really important. This using how to run commands and all that is important. This is just the knowledge here, because all these things are like documented. You could like look it up. You don't have to be, all these things don't have to be on your fingertips. To me, I don't do this every day here. What I do every day is all these commands here. I do it every day. I type move, I type this, I type ls. See how many times I used ls already today? But I haven't used going into this file every day. Okay, so if you really want the six-figure job here, do it every day, because they are big companies, they are looking for people who cannot even type this efficiently. If you could prove it when they're going to do the interview, all they're going to do is how are you going to do this, how are you going to cat a file? You just type cat file name, and then he will ask you how would you rename the directory. You use a move command, you name the move and give the name of the new file, so it will rename it for you. Did you get it? So this is really important. This is a life cycle. You're every day out of 2 hours you're practicing, you should practice 45 minutes on this page. And then the second page you should be practicing it, this one here, VI editor. You have to spend every day come here and type on this. And then once you're done with this, then whatever the lecturer are doing here, you come here one day, you go in here and read through it. And another day you come here and go through this disk management and go through it. But every day you have to do basic commands and VI editor every day. Do it every day. You will get it. Okay, so now so we are here. So we need to edit this file. So we could do ls. Okay, and then we're gonna do vism smb.conf. This is the name of a file, but I told you what .conf stands for. It stands for configuration. That's what it stands short for. Dot .conf stands for configuration. And you hit enter, and then the instruction says add the following at the end of the line. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So sorry, it says the end of the line, but I really mean end of the document. Okay, so you go all the way down here. And how do I go into insert mode?
You mentioned I.
Okay, I didn't hear that. And then also O. Use O to go into the next line. I means if you're in I, if you are I here, and if you do like this, it doesn't open a new line for you. Okay, so if you do O, it opens a new line for you. So what you have to type is you have to type exactly the way you see it. Win hyphen share. Then you type this, and then you give the path. It says capital letters here, but it's lower letter. PATH equal slash win samba share. Is that what we typed before? Slash win samba share. But earlier I had typed samba, right? You could set it up as whatever the file name you folder name you gave. But since we gave the folder name win samba share, so we're gonna keep it that way, so that we are consistent with the uh, consistent with the document we are following. And then a writable equals yes. So when you be troubleshooting, when somebody says, okay, I'm not able to, I was able to write, but now I'm unable to save any data to the shared drive. So that's what it means. It's a writable equal to yes. So you have to come back here and take a look and see what is the issue. You exit out of this and you do :X and hit enter. And then I'm going to clear the screen, and it says number 12 is test pram. So that's the command we're going to type. We type test pram and hit enter. Okay, so test pram.
Hey, before we get too far, you had a path equal / wind with a D instead of win.
Oh, really?
That's probably
Thanks for catching that. So I'm all the way here, like, and this document has like so many lines there. How do I get all the way to the bottom? So what you do is type GG, Shift GG. You hold the Shift key and then you push the G button, the G key on your keyboard. So to jump to the bottom of the document, if you use Shift G, you go to the bottom of the file. And then if I hit one Shift G, I push only one once, let it go, then Shift G, it goes all the way on the very top line, top letter of the document. Just Shift and let it go G, Shift G, all the way bottom. Okay. So now see this document, it saved me today. So instead of scrolling through like this here, like a dummy, I'm doing it more professionally. Okay, so let's do it here. All right, Win Samba, share. All right, let's see if I don't think this is, it says test pram, but I don't know what's happening with that. I don't think that's a real command. Let me check on that. Test space pram. Okay, the real command is test space pram. If it didn't give us an error message, that means it's working. Okay, and now it says disable firewall. So what firewall is, you have like an antivirus in your system, right? You have an antivirus in your system here. Uh, so you get the idea. It has antivirus and it has like a firewall built in also. Let me see. Well, I couldn't show it now here, but here you go. Firewall. Every system has a firewall built in, and Windows, this Windows Defender security, it has a firewall on it. So it's a public network, firewall is on, and then private network, firewall is on, domain network, firewall is on. By default, the firewall is on. So what you have to do is you have to disable the firewall. So um, give me 1 minute here. Okay, here's the command. This is a this is I think is I intend to cover this later on, but at this moment I have to show you anyway. So the command is for chconfig. So this is the configuration of the services that starts when the system starts here. So when you type chconfig, these are all the services that's running here, and these are run level. So by default, there are some services that are on for some run level. Right here for run level 3, network manager is running, but for 0 and 1 it's off, and then for number 6 is off. So but it's all different here. So here HTTPD says is off here, but in reality there is like one service here, HTTPD. This is what we want to turn it on. And then let's see if we have Samba here. Okay, so normally in the real world scenario, you don't turn this off. Okay, so uh, let's type one more command. So let's turn it off. The command to turn it off is service space IP tables stop. Service IP table status. Okay, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Actually, the IP table is the one that is managing the ports and which is blocking all these. So right now, I run the command IP table status, and what it's doing is actually it's a blocking and it's rejecting some ports on the system here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the command to stop it. Okay, so what we did was we turned off the firewall. Okay, and I think there is one more command we have to do. What I'll do is I'll update this document here. Okay, so let me clear this. Service smb status. Before turning it off, restarting any service, make sure you run it as a status. Okay, so it says smb status, it says unrecognized service. service smb status. It's not taking it. Okay, did we miss something here? We install Samba, we install HTTPD, and then we did turn this off. Set Smb password. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the second command and see if it's going to work. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not working, but test following the firewall. All right, let me go ahead and restart the system. Okay, it's still restarting. Okay, I had the CD in that system, so that's why it got stuck. Okay, it's up. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let me see ch config. Okay, so what I'm looking for is SMB in here. Actually, the SMB is missing in here. So let me type a command, see if it's gonna help. Chk config smb on. chk smb on. It's not working. Okay. So what really happens is, sometimes you could have like a perfect system, but it may not be working perfectly. So give me 1 minute here. Let me check my notes here. Okay, I think there may be some internet issue here. Give me 1 second and let me start another system. Let me start at 7, 10. Let me start the one I know it's not, it doesn't have any bounding or anything like that. So, you know what, actually, let me close this. Go into settings. storage. I'm going to add a extra storage here. Create new disk. Oh man, it went into GUI mode hell. Somebody should have reminded me, right? All right, we go to edit and select the second one, edit. Oh, I think I select the first one, third one. Second one, and then space number 3 and hit enter. And then B to boot. So it's gonna boot into what did I just did is gonna boot into which mode?
Multi-user mode with sharing network file system.
No. Just a moment ago, what I did, I changed, right? I changed something before in the boot. I interrupted the
Yeah,
boot and I changed something.
to init 3.
Yeah, good.
This is multi-user mode with network sharing file system, yeah?
Yes. Okay, this one is 50. So let me push this aside. 192.168.1.50. And then I like it 12. And then the colors, foreground, modify. Okay, do you see? I could ping it now. I wasn't able to ping Google. So before you get into bigger trouble, make sure you are able to go onto the internet, okay? So we're gonna start all over again. So let's go ahead and make this drive again. So we see df-h. We have just added the new hard drive, right? So what we're gonna do is what is the command to uh, what is the command to create a partition on the hard drive? What
F,
is the command?
fdisk df.
Yeah, disk. So if you don't know which one it is, you always type partitions, cat proc partitions, and then which one we are looking for. We added A is usually reserved for that, and the new one is B. So we're gonna use SDB one. So we're gonna go to N for new, P for primary, 1 for first partition, default, and we're gonna do W, MKFS dot ext 4. /dev/sdb1. So it's going to make the partition here. Okay, and then I'm going to create this folder, mkdir. So the folder is there, win smb share. Okay, so let's go ahead and start from the top here. Very first one, yum install Samba, copy, clear. I think last time it kept going through these numbers here, going up and down, so I may have missed or overlooked it. Okay, exiting on a user command, your transaction was saved and rerun it with. Huh, I didn't -y. Let's do that. These are little troubleshooting steps you have to go through it. You know, you will definitely run into all these problems. So definitely it didn't do all this when we were working last time. So Okay, good. So what we're gonna do is let me see if it got installed. You know how you would see if something is already installed on your system? You type which and then Samba. Install Samba. No Samba in. That's not good. Okay, see, now we have the service here, SMB. Earlier we didn't have that. Okay, let's move on, and we made this, and we're gonna do set enforce 0. So we're gonna do that and get enforce. Okay, it's permissive. Default is enforcing, but it's permissive. And then we're gonna do chmod 777 slash win share win samba share and hit enter. And then we're gonna create a new user. Okay, user add Bashar1. Okay, so we added a user, but that user doesn't have a password. So to create a password for Bashar, the command is password. PASSWD Bashar1. That's the command. And hit enter, and it's asking for the password. Keep it simple. And then now we have to create, if the user is there, but the user is not there to use the Samba. So we have to set a separate password for Samba. This is different from the user login password. Okay, remember that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do set SMB password. The command is SMB PASSWD -a. Okay, and then Bashar 1, and then I'm going to hit enter. So this is a different password than this one here, but for demo process I'm going to use the same password, but you could save a different password here. Okay, user added to SMB, and then I'm going to check pd b edit -l. It says that the user is there and the username is Bashar1. Okay, and then I'm going to go and edit this file using absolute path, and then shift G all the way on the bottom, and then hit enter, and then I type let me see if I could just copy and paste this. Okay, so it copied it, but it didn't paste the way I want it. I was just making sure that it's a lowercase p, And you could take a look here. It has over here also is lowercase p, and it has other variables in here, so we're not worried about that. So we're gonna save and exit, and then it says disable firewall. So we're gonna disable the firewall. So let's see here. The command to disable, I have to add one command here. So I'll update this document and I'll put it in the chat that when this document is ready, you could start using it again, okay? So to disable the firewall, you have to type service. First you type IP tables. You type service, clear this, service IP tables status. So the IP table is on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it off. Service IP tables off or stop. So it stopped here, and then what you're gonna do is chkconfig chkconfig grep IP tables. Okay, we want to see, we stopped it, but the thing is IP table is still, it's on. When the system restarts, it will come back up again. So what IP table is the firewall, and chconfig is the configuration. It tells what service to start at what time, or chconfig is nothing but if these are all the services here, like this one here, it's going to be automatically turned on run level 3. Okay, so let's see here, this service httpd, where is httpd? Okay, one other thing, I forgot to install httpd. Okay, so we have to install httpd too. I will do that in a second, but look for IP tables here. Where is IP table? IP table right here. These are firewalls. So it's all, the firewall is protecting all this here, so I'm going to turn it off. For the command to turn it off is chconfig space IP tables off, and you hit enter, and then you type it again and look for IP tables. So the IP table, we're not worried about this here. I will explain that later, but IP tables, we have turned it off here. It was on. When you go up here, it was on. It was on, now it's off. Okay. So we did this, we did this, we did this. But what we have to do is we have to install httpd. So sorry I missed it here, but we are gonna do that. Let's do service httpd status. Okay, so I think we don't have to do yum install httpd, it's already on. So what we're gonna do is just we're gonna restart it. Okay, so let's do the status. So the service httpd is on. Okay, so let's catch up where we left off here, and we're gonna do test pram pram, and we didn't get any error, so that means it's good. We disable the firewall. Now we're going to start the service for SMB. Do you see it? It went through so fast, and then it's on now. So far it's working. Look at that. Now NMB. It stopped, so we're gonna start it. Or we would say start. Okay, and then we check the status again. It's there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go into our Windows system. This is your Windows system here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this path, a similar path like this, to map it. Okay, what is the, it says the IP address here, but that's not the IP address what we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using, how are we gonna find out the IP address? Can somebody tell me, Ali? What is the command to find out the IP address of the host? Bashar?
To find the IP address,
IP address, yeah.
yeah, we checked it yesterday, like
Yeah,
when we
exactly.
like
Yeah, what is the command?
this ifconfig
How do I type?
ifconfig.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna use this IP address and then slash winshare. Okay, don't use this IP address. This is just a fake. So how are you gonna do that? You do this on your Windows computer, the one you're working on. So you go here, Windows, and map a network drive. You could do a map a network drive. Don't use this use this option, map a network drive, and you type network drive. Okay, and then you could give a letter here. Usually I give letter Z is taken up, so it's automatically telling you which letter is gonna use, W. And then I paste it in here, but don't just do that. Type this format here. You type // uh, okay, let's do this. / winshare, WIN hyphen share. And then you have to put a check where it says connect using different credentials, okay? And then it will automatically reconnect and sign in. Ah, it came up. And can somebody tell me what is the username we're going to use here? We're going to use Bashar1.
Okay, that's right.
And the password I gave it when I said the SMB password, not the login password, okay? We said the number 8. Whatever we did on number 8, that's the password we have to give it here. Which I set it as Red Hat to keep it simple. Okay, cannot access WinShare. I wonder why. Okay, so over here, what you have to type is, you have to type the same IP address again. 192.168.1.50/. You have to do this way, okay? And then save the password. It still won't do it. So let's type the other way. // and then the other slash winshare. So right now the slash you have here and the slash between the Windows and the slash the Linux uses this slash all the time, right? It never uses this slash, but Windows uses this slash. The one Windows is using is called backslash. The one Linux is using is /. How do you know it's backslash? From the bottom, look from the bottom, it's leaning forward. So this is a /. And this one from the bottom is leaning backwards. So it's a backslash. Let's try it again. Okay, and then let's try only Bashar. Okay, it says map drive cannot be created here. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Get enforce. Get enforce. Okay, this is permissive. And the firewall, we'll check the firewall service. IP firewall is not running. All right, let's take a look here. IP6. Okay, I think we have to do this to service IP6 table stop. Okay, do this to service IP6 table stop. Okay, I'll update the document here. And then you do config chk config IP6 tables off. Okay, let's go ahead and type chk config, and let's go to okay, I turned off both of them. So let's go ahead and try it again. Map drive, add a new drive, w, and //192.168.1.50/ the name we're gonna use is WinShare, and then it's use different credential, and then click finish. Okay, Red Hat. Come on. Okay, let's do without this. Okay, I can't connect to the file. Your system requires SMB 2 or higher. For more information. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not doing it. We have done that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disable this and see what happens. Okay, it says permissive. That looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and disable this. Okay, so the password is not working, so let me go ahead and reset the password. SMB PASSWD Bashar 1 hyphen A BASSAR 1. Okay, REDHAT 1. Oh man. Map network I could not be connected because of following error. Can't connect to file share because it is not secure. Your system requires SMB 2 or higher. Okay, let's go ahead and type in. Okay, when you get this error here, go ahead and type this ID in the Google here, okay? 852747. See, it brings you right here to this document here. Okay, it says by default it's not installed. Oh, okay, we have the problem on the Windows side. So what do you need to do? Error. So Windows 10 SMB is, so we just type SMB2 in Google now, okay? SMB2. And it's telling us over here we need to enable this. So it's telling you I can't connect, and then somebody replied, by default SMB block version 1 network protocol is no longer installed after a clean install of Windows 10 Home. This means M12 is already activated on by default. As highlighted, you provided. Okay, it's telling you how to do that. So it's really easy. I'll show you how. So what you do is you you click in here and folders. Normally you would have this view here. Go into the view, enable the site. So what you do is you right click on this and go into properties. And then okay, let me minimize this. And then you go into properties, you go into control panel, you go into uninstall a program, and then in here you see turn Windows feature on or off. You have to go in there and it loads it, and then we're going to go ahead and enable this. Okay, what are we looking for? SMB right here. Which one is SMB 1.5? So the server is on, we have to enable the client. So put a check on that and then click OK. So it's going to do its thing here. Hopefully it should be done before our class is over. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna go with don't start now, okay? And let me go back here and see if it's installed. Shoot. It's telling me to restart, but here I have a solution here. I have another computer I'm gonna connect to. So I'm into the another computer here. So I clicked here, and then I go in here. I'm going to properties. Control panel. Uninstall a program. Go in here, turn features on off. In the meantime, let me see if I could ping the IP address. Ah, on this system, both are enabled here, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so what you do is on your computer, when you're practicing it, you go into share, and then okay, you click on this PC first, then you go into computer, then you go to drive, map network drive, and then we're gonna map it to whichever one is available, and then we're gonna type // 192.168.1.50 slash win hyphen share, right? And then I click finish, and then it's attempting to do it. Then we provide the password Bashar1 Red Hat 1. Remember the password, click OK. Aha! Success. Okay, you go in here and see we are mapped into the network drive. Under network locations, you see WinShare. And then let's go ahead and look at the properties here. These are the properties, whatever. And then here I'm going to create some folders here. I'm going to create Bashar. Then I'm going to create Zafar. And Bashar, I'm going to create some documents here. Text one. I'm going to paste it multiple times here. So I made so many copies. So there are like so many copies in here, right? Copy here. So the Bashar folder has like so many things, and then here I make another document here. Okay, where is all this being saved? Okay, where is all this being saved? So we go back to our system here, the one we've been working so hard, because this one, so all these steps we followed so far are working. There are some steps that I will update it, and once I update it, this will all be ready here. So when you do df-h, it's on this folder. Oh, no, is this the wrong one? Uh, okay, I thought we mounted it, right? But let's go into this folder here, cd win. Do you see these folders here? You guys are still there?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what is happening here? So this is how the network, when you go onto your job, that's how you like Yahoo, you may know, you may have worked. This is how the network share is there, and that is how your users will connect and start putting their documents on the shared folder.
Like Zafar, you did here, you share the folder from like Linux to Windows.
Yes.
Okay.
See, we just created it. We go into Bashar, cd Bashar. See, all these files are there. Let's remove all of them. Okay, and then let's go back into the Windows. Let's go into Bashar. It's all gone. And we're looking into Zafar, this doc1. So we go to cd dot dot, then we do ls, cd Zafar, then we do ls, see doc1 file is there.
And Zafar, I have here a question. You're gonna use this like a lot in the like to share between Linux and
At your
Windows?
job, yes.
Okay.
This is what you're going to be using it, because people are not going to be using or mounting this on, this won't be mounted on
Linux. Okay, okay. So
Windows.
the
It will be
normal,
Linux. It will be on the big room that has nothing but the hard drives in it, and that's how it's going to be working on Linux.
so normal user will use Windows. So
Normal user will use Windows, and then everything on the background is handled by Linux.
okay, okay.
That was an interesting class today. It was only 17 points, but we got stuck here. But I will definitely go ahead and update this document, hopefully today, and then I will put it in the chat. Anybody has any questions?
Thanks, Zafar.
By the way, I uploaded yesterday's videos there. So when you go to the site, you go onto the site, and then here a blog, and it's uploaded yesterday's one. I want everybody to go through this at least once, and then go through this practice, because the more you do it, the more it's going to get. Because look at this, how many topics we have. More is coming, and then we're going to go into scripting, and we're going to do a lot of bash scripting too. We're going to be doing a scripting, so get ready for that. So
Which one you want us to look, Zafar? Where is it?
what?
Which file you said you have to look at it?
No, don't worry about it now. Just the scripting, yeah. But see how this is in order. We did basic, and then we did boot. We did this and putting in this order here. Up until here, up until Samba, everything is in order. Don't go down here yet, because it's not in order yet. So I covered all this here, and see how many more we need to go. There's a lot of things to come. But as I said, do the basic command every day and VI editor every day. This is the foundation. You have to keep doing it every day. Okay. I'm gonna stop now. I gotta go to sleep, and then we'll talk later. Okay?
Okay,
All right,
thank you,
thank you.
Zafar.
Let me know if you need something. Put in the chat, then I'll respond.
Thank
All
you.
right, thanks.
Okay. Love.
So.